Good morning, good morning, good morning. Memorial Day, beautiful day. I hear coffee. My daughter said, Dad, this is your cup. I'm like, man, I'm not a cat person, I'm a dog person. She said, you a cat person now, so hey, it does what it's supposed to do. Got my coffee. Just sitting out here enjoying this beautiful day, reflecting, we don't take enough time to reflect. We just always on the go, hustle and bustle. It's always about what's the next move, what's the next move, what's the next move. But that's not how it's always been. It hasn't always just been about the next move. Sometimes it's just about the moment. You know, I was out here reading. The truth of the matter is, my first publication. Just, people say, man, you're just reading your book because it's your book. Yeah, to a certain degree, but at the same time, it helps me to reflect because this book right here it came from the heart. I mean, these were true instances that culminated into small chapters for me to not only reflect for myself, but to help others reflect. And I was just caught up today on decluttering toxicity. Many don't know that I have I have ADHD. It's pretty bad. ADHD can be a cluster in life. I find myself engulfed in sometimes mentally and sometimes physically in mess. I recall going to my office on yesterday, and I just, I looked at it and I said, you know what? It's got to get better. I have to, the truth of the matter is, I have to stop allowing the excuses of ADHD to control my life. I have to now mentally take a step and start decluttering all of the toxic around me. And it's amazing how many ways you can poison your environment. I'm poisoning my environment by not finding a way to get past the just sit it right there and get to the put it in its place. Because you'd be amazed how many times you'll just sit it right there, and then it multiplies and it multiplies. The next thing you know, you have a pile of I'll get back to it. Nah, I can't keep doing that. So I gotta. It's a chapter in here, and it's prevalent to me right now. It's called declutter toxicity. You see it, and I tell you, man, it brought me to a good place, and I'm before we get into this too heavy, I just want y'all to carry this with you. It says, what are some things to declutter to lessen stress and improve life? How many of y'all have actually asked yourself this question? Because we're in a demanding world right now. Everybody's pulling at our strings, and on top of that, we got social media that we have to, many of us, as entrepreneurs or as social influencers or things of that nature, we have a commitment outside of home that we have to dedicate much time to, because we're chasing these levels of success. But one thing for me, a person that does have ADHD, is fewer commitments. I had to learn to say no sometimes. It's okay to say no. That no then may help to clear your mind for the yes that's waiting for you down the road. But see, we get so bogged down in that next opportunity might be the right opportunity that we don't realize that all opportunities are meant for you. See, that's where I was being mind played. I was looking at each opportunity as the next big opportunity. Fewer commitments. Oh, boy, this is a good one for me. Evaluating my routines. I come to realize that I didn't even have a routine. I just had a way I was doing things. See, routines can offer consistency, but many may not even be productive. That's coach. How about a little reconsideration of the process? If you know coach, you know coach is all about the process. The end results, they are what they are, but it's about the process, So if your process is disshuffled and you get the end result that you expected, the next time you go after your next goal, your process is probably going to be disheveled again. Now, ask yourself, is the process working or is it just working out over time? See, I used to think it was working. But in actuality, it was just working out over time. But the next time I wasn't improving because you get so mentally played that the way you did the last time was the right way that you don't even evaluate to see what you could do better. Look at your process. Even in the midst of a successful situation, look at your process. Because the truth of the matter is, it's probably something that you could change to make it a little bit more efficient. And not only are you helping yourself, you're watching the onlookers. Because you might have somebody say, man, I saw how you did that, and you say, yeah, but let me give you a bit of advice. It did work out perfect, but I know the next time if I do this, this, and this, it'll be even more efficient. And you just help that next person when they begin to start their next journey. Watch your process because others are watching it as well. Here's the big one. Eliminate excess. If it is toxic, why keep it? And keep it simple starting out. I was the type of person that believed that if I had everything with me at one time, even though I may be hard to find what I need, if I got it all, I'm prepared. It's not always true. Simplicity can sometimes be your best friend. You don't need to jumble everything up just so you make sure you got everything with you. Sometimes you got to hold yourself accountable when you don't have what you need at that time. But not only do you prepare for the next time, but you also prepare your mind to think a little bit more focused when you're preparing. See, I have to get out of my own way. See, I'm living in this toxic, cluttered environment. So it's easy just to say, oh man, I can't. I think I need, just get the whole box. Put the box in the car. It's in there. Nah. But see, it started because I waited to the last minute. I didn't plan correctly. My process was off. So I need to go the day before, take a moment for myself, sit the external factors to the side and say, what do I need to be the most prepared and the most efficient, therefore saving my time when I begin tomorrow? Wow. And like I said, I told you I was going to keep it simple. But why should you keep relationships, friendships, or bad habits? Due to time? Have you not realized that sometimes you're keeping things that you're not even using? And when you do use them, they actually do more harm than good. So instead of reflecting on what's going on, we reflect on what used to happen. Man, I did that for years. I recall one time my dad told me, you use that friend word very loosely, son. He said, you'll see. So you think that because they're good for you now, they're going to be good for you later. You'll see. I used to laugh at that because, I was in the moment. I wasn't thinking about the future. I was only living in the moment. I didn't realize that I had taken my life and molded it to the situation instead of living the life that I could mold for myself. therefore possibly attracting more like-minded, more more like goal-driven individuals into my life because I got comfortable. I got comfortable. But then it wasn't until one day when I realized I'm not moving. It looks like I'm moving to others, but I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere. I am literally standing in one place. When you can sit back and you can look at, say, 5 years and you can say, what the hell have I done? It's time to reevaluate your process. It's time to, a wise person told me, do you really think that the people that you say, we'll just say went to school with, are supposed to be attached to you for the rest of your life? I think not, because it's amazing how the directions change as people evolve. You have to ask yourself, are you willing to remold your life to fit into somebody else's structure? Are you strong enough to mold your life and allow yourself to attract or be attracted to things, people, and places that are more suitable for where you are and where you're going? And it's okay. See, maybe the toxicity is a sign that you should focus on something new. Truth of the matter is, you're important. The truth of the matter is, clutter is not a good thing. Who likes clutter? Even those that live in the midst of clutter don't like it. They just convince themselves that it's the best way for them. Until you remove that clutter and they can see the beauty and the possibilities that have been hidden. See, that's what happened to me. I started decluttering. I started closing my eyes to the things I thought I needed and throwing them away to allow for the things that are truly needed to make their way. And even if you were to happen to take something that is possibly needed and discard it, reconciliation is real. Opportunities never leave as long as you have the breath to breathe. So things can be fixed, but sometimes you have to take the time to get rid of the mess to find your true starting point. Listen, it's like day one, and it's okay to be day one if you're going in the right direction. Don't just do it to appease others. Do it for yourself. Declutter for yourself. See, when you do it for other people, you're going to fall back into your old ways. But when you're doing it for yourself, you're going to truly try your hardest to make change and to make that change consistent. I'm telling you, once you start seeing the results of the change from decluttering, you're not going to want to go back. You're not going to want to go back. It's life. It's life. But I'm a person that believes in taking the time to step away from everything and focus on yourself, because a better version of you, for you, is the best version for everybody else around you. Listen, y'all have a great Memorial Day. I need to talk to y'all for a minute. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's always good to release. And then especially when you're out here in nature, the beauty of reciprocation. The beauty of reciprocation. It's right here in front of me, around me, behind me, beside me. All of this beauty is thinking about self. And how can I continue to go on? Now, I will use those beneficial factors around me that help to fertilize me and to make me grow and to make me stronger. But those things that are not needed, Don't come my way, because you're going to be poison to me. And you just might be the reason why I don't get my next chance. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all as usual. This is your favorite truth coach, Randy. We're going to talk real soon.